Buhari has caused a major trouble. Medical trip. He says Osinbajo is in charge, but the National Assembly is saying there was no information on that regards and the power was not transferred. And so there is nothing particular going on, and they can't accept, Osinbajo being in charge. So there is real serious call for concern, as this is causing trouble. And I don't know why it should cause trouble anyway, but it is. It's causing real serious trouble. They said Osinbajo. Buhari just said it with his mouth that Osinbajo is in charge, but he did not transfer power. And so, the question is raging and asking, so what do you mean Osinbajo is in charge? Is not recognized by us as the one in charge. That is what the National Assembly is saying. And others are arguing that Buhari is the one that should be blamed, and Osinbajo has nothing to do with all these things. There is procedural provision in the constitution that says when the president for any reason is out of town, he should formally hand over. But the National Assembly now is saying that we are not recognizing Osinbajo as being the one in charge because no formal information was given to us on that regards. Let's get all the details. The presiding officers of the National Assembly on Wednesday did not read any communication from the president regarding the transmission of power, and so says do not recognize Osinbajo as the one in charge while Buhari is away. President Muhammadu Buhari failed to officially inform the National Assembly while leaving for medical trip of his decision to put his Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, in charge of the affairs of the nation before traveling. Punch has reported at the Senate and House of Rep on Tuesday, being the first preliminary day after Buhari embarked on his trip. The presiding officers did not read any communication from the president regarding the transfer of power, and so do not recognize Osinbajo as the one in charge. When contracted to confirm if there was a communication from the president to the National Assembly on Buhari's trip, an officer of one of the liaison officers who did not want to be mentioned said none. The president had on Sunday said Osinbajo would be in charge while he's away in London on a 2-week routine medical checkup. Buhari said this just before his aircraft boarded Nigerian Air Force One took off from the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja at about 2 p.m. on Sunday. When asked if his absence would affect the state's functions, he said, "Well, I can't claim to be doing the work alone. The government is fully represented. The vice president is there constitutionally. When I'm away, he is in charge. He will take control of the affairs of the nation whilst I'm away." And then the secretary of the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, and the chief of staff to the president, Ibrahim Gambari, are also there. So there is no problem. Meanwhile, Section 145, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution prescribe that whoever the president transfer power to must be formally reported to the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives a written declaration that is presiding on vacation, that he is otherwise unable to discharge his function of his official while he's on official trip until the transmission of power must be done through a written declaration. To the contrary, such function should be discharged by the Vice President as acting President. Since President Muhammadu Buhari and Osinbajo came into office on May 29, 2015, the President has transferred power to the Vice President officially thrice, but has left the country more than a dozen number of times. Buhari continued to cause a lot of problem without serving any issue, then leaving the country. So, President Muhammadu Buhari has left the country without formally transferring power. Now, this is causing a lot of reactions, a lot of stir, as they are saying this is not right. The president cannot do such. He can't do it. If he's leaving, there is an order on which things should be done. Besides, he's not the one even writing the letter. He's not writing any letter. Okay? He's not writing a letter. All he needs to do is to give the order, and those in charge of writing the letter will put it together and send it to the official representation, which is the House of Representatives, as well as the Senate, that the president is out of the country. However, the vice president is in charge while he's away. Now, these questions continue to linger on. Why will President Muhammadu Buhari not do the right thing? Why is he unable to transfer power when he should? Why is he refusing to transfer power to Osinbajo? And now the Senate and the House of Reps is saying we don't recognize Osinbajo as being the one in charge. Buhari's mere words is not what governs this nation. There is a constitution by which we should be governed on how things should go. He can't just sit back and come and tell us and just make some statement. How do we take it? There is an order to this, this process. We don't recognize Osinbajo as the one in charge. However, the president is away and things needs to be done. So how do we reconcile all this? Because I feel very strongly that this is the vice president's fault. Okay, he keeps quiet and does not want to hurt anybody. See no evil, hear no evil. Okay, but it's not helping the state of the affairs of the nation. If you know that somebody for any reason is incompetent and cannot discharge his duty, you are officially bound. You know the sentiment we have in Nigeria. I don't want it to look as if, no, you are supposed to report it so that it is documented that an official statement has been taken in this regard, in this light, in this manner. This is what should be done. They don't know, if you are not known for anything, you stand for everything. So nobody will respect your opinion and say, no, 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 it's not that kind of person. No. If you do things anyhow, no, 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 he will ask. He will ask why this is not done, why this is the way it is, and, he will ask the questions. That way they know your stand. They know where you are standing. Now the Senate and the House of Reps is saying, we don't even know who is in charge because there was no formal letter. By Tuesday, when they had, their preliminary, they were waiting and to say, okay, where is the letter sent by the president for us to recognize the vice president while he's away? And the information reply was that there is no such official documentation that is not around, and that and Weiss is not around. The vice president is in charge. They continue to tell him that he should not transfer power. Maybe they feel, in case something happened, I don't know what the real issue is. However, Osinbajo is kept in the dark in some of these things. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Remember, you have a voice. Bye for now.